Okay. All right. What's the date today? Thursday the
14th. Tomorrow's tax day.
April 14th, and I'm Ted Wagner with Conservative Activists, and Granite Construction is having an open house over here in Hemet. So I've come down to find out about what the truth is about what's going on with the quarry. I got interested in this a couple of weeks ago. The mayor and two of the council people over at Menifee passed a resolution opposing this quarry that's going to go in down in the south Temecula area, and the mayor suggested that it was going to pose some kind of air quality hazard to senior citizens living in Menifee. So I'm down here to find out what the truth is. So we're going to do a little interview with Jerry Johnson?
Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson, who, I don't know what your position is, but you work for Granite Construction.
Aggregate Resource Manager for Granite Construction.
Aggregate Resource, management. Okay, so, all right, so am I looking at first this thing over here? Or
yeah.
Maybe I'll look at you first, and then when you start talking about that thing over there.
Well, first, let me say that Granite's proposed a quarry at the Liberty Quarry site because of the need for aggregate in that area. Right now, the aggregate need, which is the material we use to build roads and streets and bridges and schools and hospitals, is met by importing aggregate in from long distances, primarily from Irwindale, Corona, Banning, Beaumont, Palm Springs, Rialto. So it comes down the 15 and the 215, it comes through the San Jacinto Valley, it moves down to the Hemet San Jacinto area where it's used, or it even goes through Hemet San Jacinto into San Diego County. This is not a sustainable practice. It's too expensive. It results in too much air emissions, higher greenhouse gases, a lot of wear and tear on the roads. It's unnecessary, and it drives up the cost of construction.
From the trucks?
From the trucks. A truck moving 30 miles can double the cost of aggregate. One loaded 18-wheeler can do the damage of 7,000 passenger cars on a highway. So Liberty Quarry would alleviate the need to import aggregate long distances, so it would reduce by 16 million truck miles per year the trucks traveling on Riverside County freeways. It would also reduce by 76 tons per year of NOx that comes out of those trucks. So from an environmental standpoint, it's very good. From an economic standpoint, it's very good. It would not harm anybody in Menifee. Somebody stated that silica dust moves from these quarries 50 miles and settles on people and causes health issues. Nothing could be further from the truth. Everybody in Riverside County lives within 30 or 40 miles of a quarry, and there's no noted incident rate of health issues in this county from dust.
So I have a question. If everybody lives within 30 or 40 miles of a quarry, there is a quarry within 30 or 40 miles of Menifee?
Oh, sure.
There is.
Oh, the Corona.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
The Corona quarries.
So is the Corona quarry, which would be closer to? I guess I'll have to look at. Do you know offhand which is closer, the Corona or
It'd probably be about equidistant.
Equidistant.
So it would provide another source of aggregate that Menifee may use. They could either draw from Corona or they can draw from Liberty Quarry. But it would reduce truck trips through Menifee right now that are taking aggregate down to Temecula, down to San Diego,
right,
which would also reduce the amount of air emissions in the city of Menifee. The project also, we would hire 99 people on site. There's another 176 indirect jobs. So there's a huge economic benefit to the region in the way of jobs, increased sales tax, increased property tax. So it's an economic stimulus to the area.
Okay, so I guess the argument, let me play devil's advocate here for a minute. There's one quarry in Corona already, whatever they put out. So having an additional quarry, a second one, isn't going to create problems?
The quarries, no, not at all. Matter of fact, it's going to help because it's going to reduce the amount trucks have to travel.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, the quarries in western Riverside County, effectively, we only have 17 years of permitted reserves left in western Riverside County. When those reserves are out, then we're going to have to start importing from longer distances, which is going to put a larger strain on traffic on the freeways, more air emissions, and higher cost of construction.
Okay, do the quarries, I guess, I'm kind of ignorant, so I guess when you're mining the quarries, does stuff go into the air?
No, and if I could, let me show you this.
All right,
this is
you got some
some
charts
of the
here.
mitigation measures at Liberty Quarry, and we'll start at the top and go across from left to right.
Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, okay.
So number one, the quarries, we have to get permits from South Coast Air District. They have to permit all the stationary facilities on site. There's not a lot of traffic moving on site, moving material around. There will be one large shovel, 2 to 3 large trucks that move material from where it's excavated to the aggregate processing facility. Once it goes into that facility, it moves internally within enclosed buildings, enclosed conveyors. It doesn't move by trucks and loaders. It moves on electric conveyors until it's processed, sorted in load bins, loaded out in trucks, and leaves the site. Here's an example of the enclosed structures and conveyors at the site.
Yeah.
So you notice you don't see any equipment. It's inside this building. The material comes out on the conveyors, which are covered. This is
So, well, you put the I guess it's rock into the.
It comes into this facility through a conveyor, and it leaves through a conveyor.
How does it get in there?
Through another conveyor coming in the other side.
Oh, all right. Are there? I'm real ignorant. So, do they have to do blasting to get the aggregate?
We do at Liberty Quarry. We do 1 blast per day. We do blasting now at Rosemary's Mountain Quarry in San Diego. We monitor the air, we monitor the noise, we monitor the vibration levels. We're well under anything that would be considered a nuisance to nearby neighbors.
Okay. And that's all permitted stuff. The air quality management district, I guess it's AQMD. They say you can do that, and it's not a hazard to the air.
Well, the county does that, but AQMD reviews the environmental reports, and then they have to issue permits later for the stationary units.
All right. Okay.
There's monitoring around the site to monitor the air quality to ensure we don't affect it.
Oh, is that they monitor periodically or
continuously?
They monitor it continuously. So, what would happen if they detected an increase in?
We would have to change the operations to get the levels back down to an acceptable level.
All right. And who does the monitoring? You guys do the monitoring?
We contract with a consulting firm that does that. Under US EPA protocols, all the monitoring results are made available to the public.
Okay, so but there's oversight on you. Is that true of all the quarries? They all have. It's not.
This will be the first quarry in Riverside County. It's my understanding it'd be the first quarry in Riverside County that has air monitoring.
Oh, really? Okay, so why do you guys have to have it and the other ones don't?
The county decided to alleviate the concerns of people that think there's going to be problems. They would require us to do air monitoring.
Oh, okay.
We've done air monitoring in San Diego County. It shows it's not a problem. We don't have a problem doing it here.
Okay, great. All right, I got it. So what's the next thing there is a...
This is a bag house. This is it's like a large shipping container. It has filters in it, so it pulls air off of, in this case, off of an asphalt plant, pulls the air through the bag house, filters the air, and then takes the fine material that's filtered out and puts it back into the asphalt plant to make asphalt out of it. But what this does, it cleans the air coming out of the asphalt plant.
It's like an air purifier.
Exactly.
Thing. Okay, so you guys do have concerns about the air quality that you're addressing.
Sure, because we have workers on site.
Right,
We want them to be safe too.
Right.
We got loadout bins, automatic loadout bins. So instead of loading the trucks with front end loaders where you have material spill off the side and spill onto the frame of the truck and then fall on the roadways, the trucks are loaded automatically by gravity, which we can more precisely measure the weight of the trucks to make sure they're legal. And it also is faster, more efficient, results in less air emissions and less spillage of material.
Okay, down here.
We have standard water trucks on site to water the paved roads that the on-road vehicles come on, but also to water the quarry site itself where the 2 or 3 trucks are moving.
Okay, and the next one is
Spray misters, so sand leaving the site gets sprayed to hold down dust or sand blowing out of the truck. We do street sweepers.
so
on
those
site.
are trucks that are
These are trucks that are carrying sand,
oh
which is aggregate.
oh that's okay. Sand is aggregate. So that's just
Yeah, aggregate's made up of sand and gravel.
okay. So that's the material after it's been processed and then put in the truck that's going somewhere, right?
Correct.
All right. So then you spray it to keep from going into the air.
Right.
Okay, got it.
And then street sweepers, to sweep the streets periodically to get the dust up. Spray bars, it says for aggregate trucks, but the spray bars are on, this is the primary crusher. So the trucks go from where the rock is mined, they back up, they dump it into this jaw crusher, which starts the process through the plant. We have misting systems around that to spray so we don't
To
get any
keep
dust out
okay.
of that.
So you guys are very concerned about that and doing something about it.
We have
That's
sprinklers on the stockpiles to keep dust down. And then the last photograph is a photograph of one of the air monitors around our Rosemary's Mountain site.
okay. And how many air monitor? That's not at the Liberty Quarry. That's
No, but it will be something very similar to that at Liberty Quarry. There's
Right.
4 at the Rosemary's Quarry
Where's the Rosemary Quarry?
in San Diego County.
And so you monitor down there, and you're not showing any adverse.
None at all.
All right. So
And those reports have been made available to the public.
all right. And is Rosemary down there similar to this, or
It will be. It's still under the development stage right now.
I mean, as far as the process, all the enclosed.
It'll be somewhat similar.
Okay. All right. So all right. So and the air monitoring. I'm not sure if I asked you that. If the air monitoring shows something with the quarry, then you'd have to take
We
some.
have to, if it's over a level that's specified by the federal government or by the state of California, then we would have to modify the operations to get those air emissions down to a level below that.
Right, and I assume you have to make periodic reports to some
Quarterly reports.
quarterly reports to what, AQMD or?
AQMD in the county, and they're made available to the public.
Okay, and to the public. Okay, so great.
So this is a result of the mitigation measures we're doing on site. This is PM10 emissions in tons per year.
PM10.
PM10 is 10 micron size dust. So it's particles in the air that are 10 micron size, which is very small.
Very small. Okay.
You really
10 microns less or more. 10
microns or less.
or less. Okay.
And it's the emissions, it's the particles that cause respiratory problems.
Right.
Okay? So the state has set very stringent standards. But this is the measure of the emissions from our project and other similar or other community activities in tons per year. And our project with mitigation is about 5 tons per year. The Red Hawk development, where 3,000 people live in Temecula, has almost 70 tons per year.
What is that? Is that a?
It's a community near to.
I know what Red Hawk is, but is there? You mean just the?
That's from the truck, the cars driving on the street.
Oh, just
From
the everyday
lawnmowers up.
everyday activity.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
The Duluth development up above Temecula is about 50 tons per year.
All right.
A shopping mall like the Promenade Mall
Right, the big mall down
is
on.
about 85 tons per year. Interstate 15 through the city of Temecula is 125 tons per year.
All right, so I'm looking at the chart. So really, what Liberty Quarry is putting out is negligible compared to, it's just the community of Red Hawk puts out 70 times more, just from everyday activity.
Correct.
Okay. There's 2 things under Liberty Quarry there?
We also have to buy emission offsets. So we have to purchase offsets for NOx and PM10 emissions. And you purchase them based on the stationary source emissions. If you take those emission offsets into account.
Can you hold on 1 second? That YouTube only allows 15-minute segments, so I want to just stop it.